Kala Chanji, Radha Kala Chanji, Radhe. Jaya Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radhe. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Subhadra, Jaya Sudashana, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Subhadra, Jaya Sudashana. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितां च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। Today we are reading from Bhagavatam, Canto 8, chapter number 20, text number 21 onwards, all the way till the end of the chapter. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. So what we can do, we can just read first all the translations and then come back to the verse to be focused in today's discussion. So I would like some help from audience to read the translation from text number 21 onwards.
Text 21. The unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had assumed the form of Vamana, then began increasing in size, acting in terms of the material energy, until everything in the universe was within his body, including the earth, the planetary systems, the sky, the directions, the various holes in the universe, the seas, the oceans, the birds, beasts, human beings, and demigods, and the great saintly persons.
Bali Maharaj, along with all the priests, acharyas, and members of the assembly, observed the Supreme Personality of God's universal body, which was full of 6 opulences. That body contained everything within the universe, including all the gross material elements, the senses, the sense objects, the mind, intelligence, and false ego, the various kinds of living entities, and the actions and reactions of the 3 modes of material nature.
Thereafter, Bali Maharaj, who was occupying the seat of King Indra, could see the lower planetary systems such as Rasatala on the soles of the feet of the large universe. From he saw on the Lord's feet, the surface of the globe on the surface of his calves, all the mountains on his knees, the various birds, and on his thighs the varieties of air.
Bali Maharaj saw beneath the garments of the Lord, who act wonderfully, the evening twilight. In the Lord's private parts, he saw the Prajapatis, and in the round portion of the waist, he saw himself with his confidential associates. In the Lord's navel, he saw the sky. On the Lord's waist, he saw the 7 oceans. And on Lord's bosoms, he saw the clusters of stars.
Text 25-29. My dear King, on the heart of Lord Murari, he saw religion. On the chest, both pleasing words and truthfulness. In the mind, the moon. On the bosom, the goddess of fortune, with a lotus flower in her hand. On the neck, all the Vedas and all sound vibrations. On the arms, all the demigods, headed by King Indra. And both ears, all the directions. On the head, the upper planetary systems. On the hair, the clouds. In the nostrils, the wind. On the eyes, the sun. And in the mouth, fire. From his words came all the Vedic mantras. On his tongue was the demigod of water, Varunadev. On his eyebrows were the regulative principles, and on his eyelids were day and night. When his eyes were open, it was daytime, and when they were closed, it was night. On his forehead was anger, and on his lips was greed. O king, in his touch were lusty desires. In his semen were all the waters. On his back was irreligion, and in his wonderful activities or steps was the fire's sacrifice. On his shadow was death. In his smile was the illusory energy, and on the hairs of his body were all the drugs and herbs. In his veins were all the rivers. On his nails were all the stones. In his intelligence were Lord Brahma, the demigods, and the great saintly persons. And throughout his entire body and senses were all the living entities, moving and stationary. Bali Maharaj thus saw everything in the gigantic body of the Lord.
O king, when all the demons, the followers of Maharaj Bali, saw the universal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who held everything within his body, when they saw in the Lord's hand his disc known as Sudarshan Chakra, which generates intolerable heat, when they heard the tumultuous sound of his bow, all of these caused lamentation within their hearts.
Text 31. The Lord's conch shell named Pankajanya, which made the sound like that of a cloud. The very forceful club named Kaumokdukti, the sword named Vidyahara, with a shield decorated with hundreds of moonlight spots. Also Aksya Yaksa, the best of quivers. All of these appeared together to offer prayers to the Lord.
These associates, headed by Sunandana and other chief associates, and accompanied by all the predominating deities of the various planets, offered prayers to the Lord, who wore a brilliant helmet, bracelets, and glittering earrings that resembled fish. On the Lord's bosom were the locks of hair called Srivatsa, and the transcendental jewel named Kaustuba. He wore a yellow garment covered by a belt, and he was decorated by a flower garland surrounded by bees. Manifesting himself in this way, O King, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose activities are wonderful, covered the entire surface of the earth with one footstep, the sky with his body, and all directions with his arms.
As the Lord took his second step, he covered the heavenly planets, and not even a spot remained for the third step. For the Lord's foot extended higher and higher, beyond Mahalok, Janalok, Tapalok, and even Satyalok.
Hare Krishna. So we'll come back to text number 21. We'll recite Sanskrit. Tadvamanam rupam abardhatadbudam Hareranantasya gunatriyatmakam Bhukham dishodhyur vivarapayodayas Tiryan nirdeva rishayo yadasata Tadvamanam rupam avadhritadbudam Hareranantasya gunatriyatmakam Bhukham dishodhyur vivarapayodayas Tiryan nirdeva rishayo yadasata. You would like to chant? Tadvamanam rupam avadhritadbudam Hareranantasya gunatriyatmakam Bhukham dishodhyur vivarapayodayas Tiryan nirdeva rishayo yadasata Tadvamanam rupam avadhritadbudam Hareranantasya gunatriyatmakam Bhukham dishodhyur vivarapayodayas Tiryan nirdeva rishayo yadasata Tadvamanam rupam avardhatadbudam Hareranantasya gunatriyatmakam Bhukham dishodhyur vivarapayodayas Tiryan nirdeva rishayo yadasata. Translation. The unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had assumed the form of Vamana, then began increasing in size, acting in terms of the material energy, until everything in the universe was within his body, including the earth, the planetary systems, the sky, the directions, the various holes in the universe, the seas, the oceans, the birds, beasts, human beings, the demigods, and the great saintly persons. Purport? Would somebody like to read purport?
Bali Maharaj wanted to give charity to Vamanadev, but the Lord expanded his body in such a way that he showed Bali Maharaj that everything in the universe is already in his body. Actually, no one can give anything to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for he is full of everything. Sometimes we see a devotee offering Ganges water to the Ganga. After taking his bath in the Ganges, the devotee takes a palmful of water and offers it back into the Ganges. Actually, when one takes a palmful of water from the Ganges does not lose anything. And similarly, if a devotee offers a palmful of water into the Ganges does not increase in any way. But such an offering, the devotee becomes celebrated as a devotee of Mother Ganges. Similarly, when we offer anything with devotion and faith, what we offer does not belong to us, nor does it enrich the opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if one offers whatever he has in his possession, he becomes a recognized devotee. In this regard, the example is given that when one's face is decorated with a garland and sandalwood pulp, the reflection of one's face in a mirror automatically becomes beautiful. The source of everything is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whom is our original source also. Therefore, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead is decorated, the devotees and all living entities are decorated automatically. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we are reading this wonderful pastime. Actually, this is Vaman Dev's appearance day coming very soon, in a couple of days, in the next week. So it's very in the right time frame that we are discussing this pastime, and Vaman Dev's appearance day is coming on Thursday, I believe, next week. And before that, tomorrow is Radha Ashtami also. Our Mother Ishwari Kumari covered some wonderful pastimes of Radharani so sweetly yesterday. So one of the name of Radharani is Vidyarthini, the one who is always learning how to please Krishna, who is always upgrading herself. She is the source of all devotion anybody can ever have. And still, she is ever increasing her devotion to Krishna and figuring out newer and newer way to serve Krishna. So we can never settle ourselves too. We can never become perfect. We should also keep learning, and these scriptures, these appearance days, these festivals offer an opportunity for us to keep learning, keep growing. So this 8th canto is made up of 24 chapters, and out of 24 chapters, I think 16 are dedicated directly or indirectly to the pastime of, or the activities of Bali Maharaj. So there are 8 directly talking about Bali Maharaj stories towards the end. In the beginning, there are 8 chapters about Samudra Manthan. Samudra Manthan is all about demigods and demons fighting, and demons were headed by Bali Maharaj. So in that way, we can imagine that how much of the time and the narrations are devoted to Bali Maharaj in this 8th canto. Practically the 60-70% of the canto is given to Bali Maharaj. And there is a reason behind, because he is one of the Mahajan. So diving deep into the pastime, what's the context? I will just read the one verse before this. The verse 20 says, the Gandharvas, the Kimpurushas, the Kinnaras sounded thousands and thousands of kettle drums and trumpets again and again, and they sang in great jubilation, declaring how exalted a person is Bali Maharaj, and what a difficult task he has performed. Even though he knew that Lord Vishnu was on the side of his enemies, he nonetheless gave the Lord the entire 3 worlds in charity. So just before this is the climax going on now. So far, it was the setting of the scene, but Lord Vamandev appeared like a small dwarf boy, very, very beautiful. So beautiful that everybody felt so much love for him. There was sister of Bali Maharaj. She was so attracted to Lord in the form of a small boy that she wanted to be a mother of that small boy, Bali Maharaj. Ratnavali or something like that, the name of the sister of Bali Maharaj is. So just before this, Bali Maharaj has been showered flowers by all the demigods, all the Gandharvas. They are all glorifying what a great task he has done. What is the great task he has done? So the great task Bali Maharaj has done is that he, in spite of knowing that Vamana is Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu is not on his side, he is on the side of his enemies. He has conquered the enemies and he has owned everything in this universe, and he is at the risk of losing all of it to Lord Vishnu, who is coming to cheat him. In spite of knowing that, he is not backing out from his promise. The promise which he casually made some time ago. So when Vamandev appeared, he was also attracted. He said, "What do you want? How can I help you?" Vamandev said, "I just want 3 steps of land." He encouraged him that, "Why just 3 steps? I'm a king. You are asking for peanuts. You can ask for more." He said, "No, I'm just satisfied with the 3 steps." And later he was told by his Guru Shukracharya that he is Vishnu, so be careful. And Shukracharya also told him the loopholes in the scriptures that allows one to back out from one's promise. Like falsity is not always bad according to scriptures. Anybody remembers when one can be not truthful and still be okay? Yes. So yes, that's one of them. So in the joking, that's one. When we are joking, it's okay to be not exactly truthful when we are making fun or joke. And the second is when to arrange somebody's marriage. It's a great punya karma to get somebody settled. So you can lie a little bit of the qualities of the person, that this is so and so good. So that's fine. To earn your livelihood, so in the business you can't be exactly honest. "Oh, I earned this thing for so much money and I'm selling you for so much." You always say, no, for you so much discount, so you always lie there. That's okay in the business, according to scriptures. And as Mataji said, when your life is in danger, when the life of cows and the brahmanas and the culture is in danger, when the life of others is in danger, then also you can lie. And in this case, which situation is applicable to Bali Maharaj? That he is going to lose all his livelihood. So he can back off. And especially, he did not make that promise very officially. He did not, took the vow or did Omkar and took properly. He just said casually. So Shukracharya gave him all the reasons that why he should back out. But he was so fixed up in truthfulness that he did not back out, in spite of knowing that he is going to lose everything. So that is the greatness of Bali Maharaj's character. And see the contrast of character of Lord Vishnu, Vamandev, and Bali Maharaj. Vamandev is coming all sweet, simple, brahmana, harmless, not meaning anything else, but he is acting so duplicitous. He is going to cheat Bali Maharaj. And Bali Maharaj, in spite of knowing, he is being firm in truthfulness. So see the contrast between the two. The Lord is not displaying such high character and Bali Maharaj is displaying such high character. That's very beautiful about this pastime. So that's what is a great task he's doing, and that's why he's being glorified by all the demigods and Gandharvas and showered flowers, that this is a great task you are doing. So they use the word simplicity. They are glorifying his simple behavior. He's not crooked. He's very straightforward. And Srila Prabhupada explains, Saralta is Vaishnavata. He says in Bhagavad Gita, Arjavam is a quality of a devotee. Lord Krishna says, and Prabhupada says, simplicity means no duplicity. So Bali Maharaj becomes an emblem of truthfulness and full surrender. He is an Acharya of Atma Nivedanam, right? There are 9 processes of bhakti, and Atma Nivedana is perfected by Bali Maharaj. So why is his surrender, his Atma Nivedan so great? That's the next question. So generally, any gentleman is usually grateful for all the gifts and favors and help he receives from other people, right? You get help in like moving your house, you get some gift, or you get help in your career. So then you are grateful to the person who is helping you for small favors. If somebody is a gentleman, then he will be grateful. So how much more obliged and grateful Bali Maharaj would be to Shukracharya. So Shukracharya is the reason behind his acquiring this great unrivaled kingdom and defeating all the demigods, which are so powerful. So in Sukracharya's blessings, he caused him to do Vishwajit Yagya and enabled him with so much weapons and power, strength, and he gave him all the guidance, all the different ways he can attack, secrets. And when he died in the battlefield previously, then he revived him back to life. So he owes his life, not only the possessions in the life, he owes his life to Shukracharya. So how much more grateful he would be to his teacher, Shukracharya, and that teacher is telling him not to give the 3 steps of land to this boy. He is instructing him that don't do that. And in spite of him telling, and not only he just telling, he is still insisting and he is being angry and he is cursing him that if you give, then I curse you, that you are defying my orders, you will lose everything. So in spite of such heavy opposition and heavy burden of obligations, he is countering all that, lifting all that away because he wants to give everything to Lord Vishnu. So that tells us so much burning desire he has within his heart that he wants to serve Lord, he wants to give everything to the Lord. And he gave so many wonderful arguments in the previous verses that charity is such a rare opportunity, how many people get the opportunity to give charity. But internally, he is thinking how rare it is that Lord is coming and begging from you. So he is also enjoying that moment that I am the one who has a chance to give something to the Lord, who is coming begging to me. And he is relishing all this. So the heart of a devotee is, no one can understand what they are feeling. Externally, they may be displaying so many other qualities, but internally, he is ecstatic that he don't want to miss this chance. And he is defying even his teacher, to whom he owes so much. And that's what makes his defiance so great. So he even says in one of the verses, in the 5th verse, I think that, I do not fear hell, I do not fear poverty, I do not fear any kinds of misery or fall down or even death. I will fulfill my promise. So he said, and that way he nullified everything Shukracharya gave him, because he doesn't care for any one of those. He listed all the things that he got from Shukracharya, and he said, I don't want any of these. These are not valuable to me. So it is said that, I think Narad Muni says, Devarsi bhutap nirnam pitnam na kinkro nayam ranicha rajan gato mukunda parihartu. So what is that? 3rd line, I forgot. So anybody who surrenders to Lord Vishnu, to Lord Mukunda, with pure heart, he doesn't owe anything to anybody else. Because that's the whole purpose of existence, to serve Lord Vishnu. Everybody else is getting from Lord Vishnu, they are representative of Lord Vishnu. So if you are coming to the point that you can acknowledge that and realize that, and you are able to serve Lord Vishnu directly, then you don't owe anything who are indirect representative of Lord. You don't owe anything to them. So Bali Maharaj, great grandfather, his grandfather is Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj showed how one should be forever grateful to his spiritual master. Who is his spiritual master? Narad Muni. That even after going back to Godhead, he wants to serve Narad Muni. He is so indebted, so grateful. And in the contrast, Bali Maharaj is showing that how one is not forever obliged to a material teacher, to a materialistic teacher, right? Who is not teaching the eternal religion, eternal dharma, Bhagavad dharma, then you don't owe them too much, right? So he is giving a counter example of what Prahlad Maharaj set as an example, that how you are eternally grateful to your spiritual teacher, and Bali Maharaj saying that if your teacher is materialistic, then you are not at all obliged. Shukracharya word means, Shukra word means semen. So Shukracharya is like family lineage, family teacher, like materialistic relationships, right? So Shukracharya is a giver of life. In the Vedic culture, the brahmacharya is so much glorified, because if you hold your semen, then you can have a long life. So that's a literal meaning. That's also the secondary meaning behind this. So Bali Maharaj is giving the opposite example of what Prahlad Maharaj said. So now begins the climax from this verse onward, 21 verse onward. Lord is, one of the name of Lord is Urukrama. He is a performer of wonderful activities that no one can repeat, no one can even imagine what Lord would do. So when he appeared, such a sweet boy, no one imagined that what is going to happen next, that everybody is feeling so loving towards this small boy. Then he started assuming this gigantic form. He started growing. Actually, it came as a sudden surprise to everybody that what he's going to do. So whenever he does something, like Lord appeared as Lord Nrsingadev, nobody imagined that he will come as Lord Nrsingadev, half man, half lion, and he came as Lord Varadev when the earth was under the ocean. So whatever Lord does is unimaginable. What to speak of repeating them? What to speak of matching that? So what is the significance of Lord growing his body and covering this whole universe with the 3 steps? Usually by the 3 steps, we understand that it's a surface that we are covering, 2-dimensional surface, right? We are stepping on a ground, but he is growing in size. So Jiva Goswami explains one of the later verses purport that the 3 steps also include the size of the body and some portion of the ground below the earth and everything up to which you occupy the space. So that's why Vamandev grew his size, so that his body covers the whole universe, and with the step he covers the whole expanse of the universe. So with 1 step he covered this Bhuloka, earth, and with the 2nd step he covered Bhuvar, Swar, and he didn't stop there. Up to Swar is what Bali Maharaj owned, Swargaloka, right? He went ahead, Mahar, Jana, Tapa, and Satyaloka, and he penetrated the covering of the universe so that water of Ganges, celestial water came in, that became the water of Ganges. So Lord, when he does one thing, he fulfills so many different purposes in that one pastime. So Lord appeared on the request of Mother Aditi, and Lord appeared to help Indra reclaim back his kingdom, his throne, and Lord appeared to also to help all the people in this material world by bringing Ganges water into this universe so that it can purify and help everybody. But primarily Lord appeared to glorify Bali Maharaj. So that will be revealed as the pastime will unfold further and further. So that's the significance of his growing his body and covering this whole universe. So just see how much contrast is there between Lord Vamandev and Lord Krishna, Lord Varadev. It said that Lord Varadev, like these pastimes of Lord where he assumes giant forms, they become so big that even in the one pore of the body of the Lord, the whole universe can reside. And same Lord, when he appears in front of Mother Yashoda like a small baby Krishna, the Mother Yashoda can give him the whole bath with a small palmful of water. So that's the power of the devotion, that the same Lord can be captured by the devotion, and the same Lord cannot be contained by anybody in this whole universe. So let's dive deep into the purport of this verse. The Srila Prabhupada reveals some points here. So first point Srila Prabhupada makes that everything is already in the Lord. So when Lord is growing, then he's actually showing that. But even without his showing, it should be understood that everything is already within the Lord. Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Aham sarvasya prabhavo, everything came from the Lord. And Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina, that he is pervading this whole existence, whole universe is pervaded by the Lord. So it came from the Lord, and he pervades this universe. And then he also says that nachamastani bhutani pashyami yogam ishwaram, that also everything is not in me. So just see my yoga aishwaryam, that how is my opulence, and then everything is controlled by the Lord. So this is the mystic power of the Lord, that everything is in him, everything came from him, he is in everything, and everything is not in him. So everything is simultaneously true. So that's the beauty of all the contradictions are resolved in the absolute truth. So, and the second point Srila Prabhupada makes that when somebody offers the Ganges water to the Mother Ganges, what's the loss to Mother Ganges when the water is taken from her, and what's the gain to Mother Ganges when the water is given back to her? There is so much water, there is no loss, and there is no gain. Everything already belongs to Mother Ganges. So similarly, when we offer anything to the Lord, then what Lord needs, everything already belongs to Lord, and nothing was gained, nothing was lost from the Lord, right? But still, such offering is very significant. Because Srila Prabhupada gives another example, that when we decorate a face, then the reflection in the mirror is also decorated. We don't have to separately decorate the reflection in the mirror. Simply decorating the face decorates the reflection. So we are all reflections of the Lord. We are all part and parcels of the Lord. So instead of trying to please ourselves, we should please our original source, that is Lord. So when we please and serve the original source, then we will be supremely happy. So that's natural byproduct. So when we offer anything to the Lord with love and devotion, it is not that articles are being offered, that is a gain. It's not that Lord is lacking anything in the Vaikuntha. He says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, that give me water, give me leaf, give me fruit, give me flower. There is some scarcity in Vaikuntha that He's asking from us these things. So there is nothing like that. He is asking for our love. And why He's asking for our love? That it's not that He needs that love. We need that reciprocation from Him. That it is His kindness to us that He is willing to accept our offerings to Him. And then we become, then He makes us famous. Whenever devotee gets recognized, devotee experiences loving exchanges from the Lord. And that way, it is our true self-interest to serve the Lord. So this is the second point Srila Prabhupada is making in this purport. In the remaining verses, we can see how the Lord is beginning to grow. It came a sudden surprise to everybody. Everybody is amazed. What's happening? So Lord actually, by His kindness, He gave everybody this divine vision, the Vichakshu, by which they could see the Lord's body. Because it's not physically possible to somebody growing that big and still one is able to see fully, right? Because our vision fades beyond certain miles. We can't see beyond that. But Lord is giving this divine vision to everybody, not only Bali Maharaj, but everybody, so they can see what Lord is displaying. So what is the Lord? So what does Bali Maharaj see first? So first he started seeing all the manifestation of the universe. So basically all the places, all the objects like planets, the directions, the oceans, the rivers, the mountains, the big stones. So he's seeing all these different places. And second thing, he's seeing all the living entities, animals, birds, reptiles, all these lower forms of animals, then human forms of animals, the demigods, and above demigods are the rishis. So he is seeing all the beings, all the different species in the body of the Lord, and arranged in different hierarchical order, from the foot to the head. He is seeing all of these things. Then his vision changes to see more fundamental objects, of which everything else is made up of. So what are the more fundamental things? Like 5 gross elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. The subtle objects, the senses, mind, intelligence, ego. Even more subtle objects, the 3 modes. How can one see the subtle objects? One can see the gross objects, that's still fathomable. But Lord's divine vision is such that He is able to observe these things in the body of the Lord. So He is seeing this more, this fundamental objects of which the external manifestation is made up of. And then He is also seeing all the different concepts in this material existence. The karma, action, reactions, these are not even objects, they are the concepts. So Lord is giving him the vision of these things: the religion, what's prescribed duty, what's the Vedic mantra, sacrificial fire, all of these things, religion, what's sinful activity. So he's seeing whole existence in the body of the Lord in a way, starting from the gross, going to subtle, going to thoughts, going to concepts. So he saw everything in the body of the Lord. And what does this vision did to different audience? So these different visions invoke different responses from different kind of audience. And it invoked different reciprocation from the Lord to different audience, according to their responses. So the response we will bring out is what is there already inside us. If we have no devotion, there cannot be any devotional response coming out from a person, right? So Bali Maharaj's devotion grew when he see that. His faith, his devotion, he is becoming more ecstatic. Demigods are feeling more jubilant. They are feeling more protected. And they are happy that they are going to get what they lost. Because demigods are karma mishra bhakta, they are not pure devotees. So they are a little bit attached to the material opulence, and they are also attached to the Lord. So they are having this mixed feeling. And the demons, they are totally on the materialistic side. They have no devotion for the Lord. So their lamentation and fear is growing. That, oh my God, what is happening? We didn't imagine this is happening. And so such we can see that this kind of episode in so many different pastimes, like when Lord Krishna showed Virat Roop in the assembly of Kauravas when he came as a peace messenger. Then also it invoked different reactions from different people, like Bhishma and Vidura. They became very devotional. They start offering prayers. Dhritarashtra became little concerned for his sons that, oh, he's Lord, we cannot win against him. And Duryodhana, and that they became more envious, and they became more angry, and they wanted to attack Lord. So similarly here also we can see the demons are becoming more and more angry, and you will see in the next chapter they want to attack and they want to kill Lord. So this is amazing. This is the illusion of the Lord, that after seeing such wonderful powers and mystic of the Lord, still they can imagine that they can kill Lord. So this is one of the conception, that's the illusory energy of the Lord, that they are not able to go beyond it. Even if you give them so much knowledge, so much vision, they will not budge from the fact that they can still conquer the Lord. This is demonic mentality. And we can see also in the, we had this wonderful drama, Advent of Lord Krishna, and their devotees arranged this scene of fighting with Charuna. What is the other name? Mustika and Charuna. So when Krishna appeared in that assembly, all the audience, they had different visions of the Lord according to their heart's devotion to the Lord. So those who were young girls, they saw Lord as so beautiful, handsome, like Kamdev. And those who were elderly gopis and elderly gopas, they saw Lord as beautiful child, and they felt very parental affection towards him. Those who were his age boys, they felt like a friend. And they felt that they can defeat Krishna. It's not a big deal. And those who were the pahalwans, those who were the wrestlers, they saw Krishna as a strong-bodied person, Krishna and Balram, and they felt a little bit afraid that, oh my God, this is going to be equal match. And Kamsa saw death personified in Krishna. So like this, according to what is there in your heart, you will see that in the Lord. So Lord reciprocates with everybody. So Krishna is described as Nitya Nitya Nam Chaitanya Chaitanya Nam Eko Bahunamya Vidhati Kaman. That he is one eternal among many eternal, and he is the one that fulfills desires of everyone. Eko Bahunamya Vidhati Kaman. So here we see that Bali Maharaj's sister, Ratnavali, she saw Lord as a young boy. She felt very affectionate. She wanted to feed milk to this young boy and wanted to have him as a child. So Lord noticed that desire. And when he started growing in size, just like other demons, she also felt very inimical towards Lord. She felt protected towards her brother, and she wanted to kill Lord. And he said, I want to kill this. What is happening? So Lord noticed that desire too. And in the next life, she became, anybody knows? Putana, Aho Bakiyam. She is sister of Bakasur. That's why her name is Bakiyam, also Putana. So, and then she came and she fed this poison smeared breast milk to Lord Krishna, and Krishna accepted that. But Krishna accepted that temporarily. Krishna reciprocated that with her desire of trying to kill him. Nobody can kill Krishna, but he gave her a chance to practice that desire. But he gave the other desire, which is purified desire of serving Lord, eternal chance, and gave her a position of mother in the spiritual world. And that is what is in the remembrance of Uddhava in the 3rd canto, 2nd chapter, when he is talking with Vidura, he is remembering Aho Bakiyam Stanakal Kutam Levya Payadam, not remembering that verse, that out of envy or she wanted to feed Krishna poison, but Krishna took her pure desire of feeding milk and fanned that quality more and ignored the negative desire. And so that's how our Lord is. And then Uddhava is remembering that how can any be more merciful than such a Lord? And how can I take shelter of anybody else but such a Lord? So this is the quality of the Lord, that he always sees the good and magnifies that and minimizes the bad. So actually this whole pastime, as I was saying earlier, that Lord serves many purposes in executing any Leela. So one may say that he came for Mother Aditi or for Lord Indra's sake or for the people, but actually his inner reason is to come for the sake of Bali Maharaj. So Bali Maharaj is Acharya of Atma Nivedan, and he's one of the 12 Mahajan. So externally Bali Maharaj is glorifying this opportunity for charity, but internally he is very eager to give charity to the Lord. So whole his life, he has been in the Asura family. He was a grandson of Prahlad Maharaj, so definitely he had a very great samskar from his childhood. So he got a lot of devotion by the mercy of Prahlad Maharaj. So he nurtured that, but he's also with the other Asuras, surrounded by that. And Asuras are like competing with demigods, and he has a responsibility towards them, like family, Kula Dharma, right? Towards his Samaj, towards his society, towards his Guru. So he is fulfilling that duty his whole life, fought so many battles, lost one, going through all these cycles with the demons. But in his heart, he is carrying so much devotion that nobody could notice. Like he so carefully did not reveal that devotion till now. But that must be there, otherwise it cannot come in a moment like this. That he has nurtured that devotion from his childhood till now. And then we can learn from Bali Maharaj that howsoever difficult situation externally there might be, we can keep doing all those duties and still carry this burning desire to serve Lord, and that immensely purifies one, that immensely makes one progress in bhakti. When we keep doing our duties and keep hankering to serve Lord, that is much more purifying than like prematurely giving up all our duties and not able to serve also because our mind is not pure. So he is giving that example that how we can practice our life and do all our duties, and when the right time comes, then we can reveal our true heart. So Bali Maharaj is revealed as Mahajan in this episode at this moment. So because he passed so many severe tests that presented to him. And so what is a Mahajan? Mahajan is one who understands what is true dharma. So like Arjuna is confused before the battle. He's a family member, or he is a student of Dronacharya, or he should be faithful to the people in general, and or the soldiers think about their lives, or he should be a Kshatriya and take his revenge, or he should be a devotee of the Lord. So being a devotee of Lord is our Jaiva Dharma, it's an eternal Dharma, Bhagavad Dharma. So Lord Krishna removed the confusion of Arjuna that these are different hierarchy of different duties, but Sarv Dharman Parityajya, abandon all varieties of religion, surrender unto me. That's the highest Dharma. So Mahajan understand the highest Dharma, and they understand how to practice religion in time, place, and circumstances. So throughout life, Bali Maharaj practiced his duties perfectly, relating to his demon friends, his soldiers, ministers, his demon guru, satisfying them, doing things according to their liking, making them prosperous. He's taking care of all of them. So when the demons were going to attack Vamandev, he's telling them, don't worry, time is not in our favor, you go and hide. So like he's taking care of all of them, like he's not neglecting any of his duty. At the same time, he knows what's the highest dharma. And when there is a conflict, he took the right choice at the right moment. And that's why his Mahajan quality is revealed in this wonderful pastime. So, and the Lord appeared, externally it appears that Lord is so harsh. Lord is such a cheater, he's duplicitous. He's coming to cheat, he's behaving like so sweet, but he is going to now reveal gigantic form. And in 2 steps, he will conquer, like I'm just unfolding the pastime further, I should not do. And then he will say, where is the 3rd step? And he's just binding him, punishing him, insulting him. And appears that what he's doing to his devotee. So actually he's doing to bring out more and more glories of Bali Maharaj, that how strong devotee he is, how he is not budging from his devotion and truthfulness and his desire to surrender to the Lord. So Lord is a cheater of the cheaters. So if we try to cheat Lord, we cannot survive his cheating us. So here, Lord Bali Maharaj is Atma Nivedanam Acharya. So Lord also gave Bali Maharaj himself. So as we learn, that true winner of this whole thing is not Indra, but the Bali Maharaj, because he will become the next Indra also. So that is equating with the Indra, what he gets. And he also got an unrivaled kingdom at the end of this in the Rasatal, till the next time when he becomes the Indra. And not only that, and Lord is always with him, protecting him as his doorman, right? So this is amazing. So when we don't want any of these material possessions and just want the Lord, then we don't lack anything that anybody can ever hope for getting in this material world. Because Lord makes sure that we will not lack anything. Yoga Shema Bahamyam. That Lord will cover everything that we need and anything that we have. he will protect that. So there is no loss in the path of bhakti, and there is a full protection. There are many things we could speak, but I'll stop here. Time is running out. So any questions or any comments, please?
Thank you so much. Prabhu, would you please give us your name?
Nanda Kumar Das.
Nanda Kumar Das. Thank you so much. I just want to drill it into my head so I remember. Thank you again. The question I've got is, there's a quote that says, "What other Lord may I accept except the Lord of the Yadus, who gave even liberation to Putana?" Who?
Yes, that's the same verse I was trying to remember. Oh, Bakyam Stan Kalkutam. It ends with Kim Va Dayalum Sharnam Brijema.
Who is speaking?
He's spoken by Uddhava.
Uddhava. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll look it up.
It's a third canto, second chapter. Yes.
Hare Krishna, thank you for the nice class. I was wondering, we see in the pastime of Bali Maharaj that he's this great devotee, and his whole life he's still acting as a demon, and he's not revealing his devotional qualities until the right moment. And I was wondering how we can practically look at that when we see maybe some people are acting in their lower natures or things like that externally, and we might judge them, or we might say, oh, this person is, this or that. So, yeah, I'm curious, how do we navigate the world with this?
My understanding is that Bali Maharaj, being Asura, he was himself not Asuric. He was himself not displaying those demonic qualities. It's like Lord Shiva giving protection to ghosts and goblins, all this lower species. But he's not himself ghostly, right? So he's just giving shelter to them. So Bali Maharaj, being born in the Asuric family, he's just protective towards them. They are like his child, his family members. So he's just taking care of them and their aspirations. But he himself is very righteous. Like when the demigods appeared in his court on the instruction of Lord Vishnu to make a truce and to come with a plan of churning of the ocean, all the asuras are always jumping that, let's kill them, kill them. Bali Maharaj is holding them. No, they are not coming to fight. Let's talk with them. So he's practicing all this good mannerism and good behaviors himself. Yeah. So he is not being demoniac is what I'm saying. So one will not be demoniac. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Kumar Prabhu, thank you for a very nice class. I had two questions. One was, we see with Prahlad Maharaj, even when his father tried to kill him, he asked, is my father taken care of? Mm-hmm. So I'm curious if when Vamanadev came and Bali Maharaj had this interaction with Vamanadev, do we know what happened to Shukracharya after?
I think there is one.
Did he have any realization?
I think there is one small interaction to where Lord Vamanadev asked, so Shukracharya, what's your realization? He asked that question, like I'm paraphrasing. Shukracharya said, Lord, whenever your names are chanted, everything is perfect. Like he just admitted and submitted. So Shukracharya is also an interesting personality. He's like Brihaspati's counter, right? He is also a lot of knowledge of Vedic scriptures, but then what knowledge they focus on, somehow he is a little inimical towards the demigod side, because I think he was not recognizing, I'm not recollecting the exact pastime, but he was hurt by demigods. And then he took a vow that, okay, I will be on the side of demons. So he's like practicing that enmity with them. But he's aware of all the things. And he's playing, and he's using Vedic scriptures as the Kalpataru, like extract anything valuable out of this for his purposes. So he's aware of all the things, but unwilling to still submit. That's what his position is, yeah.
And the other one, maybe if it said that Bali Maharaj, he saw himself, but the himself was lowercase. So Bali Maharaj saw his own personal self in the universal form, in the belly.
Yeah, in the belly, in the side, I think. So he saw that he is also part of the existence in the Lord. So he also belongs to Lord, yes, he saw.
Krishna Prabhuji. You mentioned like there is no loss in bhakti, but the bhakti is also, I haven't seen so far, it's not easy. The more we try to do bhakti, we have to sacrifice something, the time, right? We have to spend time, and also with the job and family. How to balance that? Is it really hard or the bhakti is easy?
Actually, like we see the example of, the marriage party trying to row on the river going other side, but they did not remove the anchor and they were trying to make progress, so then they cannot make progress. So it depends on our attachments, our anchors that we have not lifted. So if that is the case, then the progress is slow. It's up to us. It's very easy if we surrender, submit to the Lord and flow with the desire of the Lord. That is very easy. But if we want to hold on, if you want to keep the 2 feet on this boat and that boat, then it's very hard. Both will go in opposite directions, so then it becomes easy. So holding on, trying to hold on makes it hard, but letting it go and the submitting to the Lord makes it very easy. So it depends which position we take.
But giving up is again, it's like sannyas, which Krishna mentioned Arjuna not to take sannyas.
So that giving up is in the mind. Giving up is not physically giving up position. That's a fundamental question Arjuna is asking Krishna 4 times in Gita. Right from what is my dharma, then 3rd chapter, then 5th chapter, and then in the 18th chapter. He's clarifying that this giving up is not just external giving up of possessions or even activities. It's a giving up a desire to enjoy, that I'm doing it for me. It's giving up that for me, but doing for Krishna. That's what giving up means.
Coming again, it's not easy.
Yeah, we can say it's not easy and it's easy. Depends on us. Whether it's easy or not, it will depend on us. Yes. So if we are sincere and pray to Lord that, Lord, I really want to make progress, then Lord will make it easy. Like Vasudev's shackles were broken and he was able to go, because we want to fulfill the mission of Lord. But if we hold on to our own ulterior desires, motives, then it's going to be hard. It's just a function of that.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. You and your family are such a wonderful addition to the community. And now your wife is also serving in the Pujari room, and your children, such wonderful children. So you're doing a great job. And the point about feeling hard, we all feel like that, but there's that example that when you're flying in the airplane, you're going at a certain pace. You can't tell you're going, at that pace. It seems like you're not making any progress, but you're actually like flying. So we all feel like that. But I mean, we really appreciate your family members and what you bring to the community. So thank you.
Very well.
Hare Krishna.
You can answer your question after.
Huh? No, I just have 2 questions, Prabhu. First of all, thank you so much. It's always a blessing to learn from you. And we have been discussing this pastime since last few days. So I always wonder, like we always learn that Guru is the one who connects us with Krishna. And then Krishna, by mercy of Krishna, we only get Guru. But in this pastime, I was wondering, like, whose mercy Bali Maharaj is having. So he's getting Vaman Dev because he's not following the instruction of Shukracharya in the sense, And then second question I had is, all these personalities, when Vaman Dev is coming, are having darshan of the Lord. Like Bali Maharaj is having darshan with the devotion, and then Shukracharya is also having darshan without devotion. So I was thinking, like, how Shukracharya is able to identify that he is Vishnu even before the one who is having devotion, like Bali Maharaj. So at this, thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. So although I have not read anywhere particularly, but I would guess it's the mercy of Prahlad Maharaj. Like we see Prahlad Maharaj's presence in the previous chapters, that when he's going to conquer Indra, he put a garland on Bali Maharaj which will never fade, right? So that way we know that he was always present along his side. So, and he has sanskar from Prahlad Maharaj. So This would be my guess, right? He is a Mahajan. So both Mahajans are there, grandfather and grandson. And the second question, how Shukracharya is able to see, same question can be about how Duryodhana is able to see, Duryodhana didn't even understand. Shukracharya understood that he is a Lord, right? Actually, everything is by the mercy of Lord. Lord is revealing himself. For one answer is that Lord is revealing just enough so that pastime can be enacted, so that Bali Maharaj can be informed, and still he can make a decision and show his greatness. So that is one aspect of it. And Shukracharya, and like even the demigods, we can ask the same question. How could Indra offend Krishna? How could Brahma offend Krishna? They were more on devotional side. Still they were, so this is the illusory energy of a Lord that covers people in different grades to different extents. So it reveals, so unless you are fully surrendered, the illusory energy will keep acting on the persons. This is the only answer.
Thank you for the nice class, Prabhuji. My question, I have two questions on the sentence. You mentioned that somebody who is doing devotional service, we don't owe anything to anybody. So my question is, that can be interpreted like for somebody who is like Kanishtadhikari stage like me, who is just doing some sadhana, maybe doing little devotional service, maybe think, oh, I'm serving Krishna, I don't owe to anybody anything. It could also be interpreted like, I don't owe anything to my family or society and things like that. So that's one. Can you please clarify when you say, what do you mean by we don't owe anything to anybody? Other question is, at what stage of bhakti is this applicable?
Very good question. I think both are connected. So I think we can learn from Bali Maharaj's example. He has that pure devotion in his heart, and because of this higher stage of bhakti, he doesn't own anything to anybody. So basically, to the degree you have devotion to our Lord, to that you don't own anything to anybody. That anybody means indirect representatives of the Lord, not the direct representatives. It doesn't include the guru, the devotees. We owe to them always, as Prahlad Maharaj has taught us, that we eternally owe to our guru. Right? So that should not be misunderstood in that way. It is owing to the materialistic relations, the materialistic representatives of the Lord, like king or the teacher or the family members. So, and that should be also practiced only when there is a conflict with our practice of pure bhakti. Only then, otherwise there is no need to ignore our regular duties. Only when it's conflicting with the higher duties. And that's the whole essence of Bhagavad Gita. Does it make sense, Mataji? That we are not ungrateful, we are not promoting being ungrateful, we always remain grateful, but we see Krishna connection, like, oh, my parents are given to me by Krishna. Like if we see the Krishna connection, then we can forever owe through that. But if we see a material connection, then we don't owe. So, like that. Hare Krishna.
Just one question. Like earlier you mentioned that Bali Maharaj, he have all the good manners, devotion, but why he have that greed that, to take over Indra position?
I think that was more of his following his regular duties towards his society of asuras, that they want to prosper, and asuras always feel that they are equally qualified as demigods. They are like step brothers, the sons of Diti, Daityas, and sons of Aditi, the Devatas, Adityas, right? So they are step brothers of each other, and they both feel that they have the right to the throne. So they both side keep fighting and who should own it. So they feel this is their right. With that understanding, they try to get the throne. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Should we end here? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Thank you. Jai Srila Prabhupada.